Hey Glam Fam, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be completing this look while we tell our true crime story of Tiana Dye and her tragic passing. So just sit back and let's get into the story. This true crime story is about a rising senior. Her name was Tiana Dye. She studied at Alabama State University and her major was in biochemistry. Tiana was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and she just turned 21 in June of 2024. So she just became a young adult and living the prime of her life. Tiana's goal was to be a dermatologist, so she lived off campus just down the street from the university, and she stayed there off campus during the summer break as well. Just to give you a little background of Tiana thrived academically and she was very athletic. She was a member of the Dean's List, also the National Honor Society. She was also a member of the Leadership Committee and the university's chapter of NAACP. So she was just a well-rounded, educated young lady that was loved by a lot of people. Tiana lived off campus with several other roommates, but there was just one roommate that was very problematic. They always caused some type of a ruckus amongst the other roommates in the household along with Tiana. And get this, that roommate wasn't even a student at the university. Now, this roommate's name was not given in any of the reports, so we're just gonna call her Shirley. Now, Shirley, she had her own agenda going, baby. She didn't want to pay the rent. She didn't want to help out on none of the chores. She just caused all kind of havoc within this household. I believe Shirley was like, hey, y'all pay the bills. I live here rent free. What you gonna do about it? Allegedly, y'all. It's allegedly, you know, she basically was like, what you gonna do about it? Like, you can't make me do nothing I don't want to do. I mean, she just caused all kind of issues. So allegedly, Shirley was gonna do whatever in her might to make everyone's life in this household uncomfortable. Allegedly, there was even a time where Tiana had invited her boyfriend over to, you know, visit, and Shirley came out of the restroom in her towel and just drops it. So, you know, this kind of gives an insight on what type of girl the household was dealing with. And I could just imagine, like, living somewhere. You really have to live there and, you know, you're trying to accomplish something good in life, but you're constantly going through basically. Now, the roommates at Tiana made several attempts to reach out to the landlord, and there was no progress made at all, honey. It just allegedly, just the landlord just did not make any budge. Even though Shirley's rent wasn't paid, like, he didn't enforce her to have to be evicted or anything. And get this, y'all, allegedly, Shirley even pistol whipped Tiana at one point in time. Like, this girl was something else. Like, this was like a nightmare on Elm Street. Like, I could just imagine you probably have to sleep with one eye open with her in the house. Like, I couldn't do it. No, all I can say is, if you're ever put into a situation of that nature, just go ahead and leave. Just leave. Just try to find you somewhere else to stay. But I understand she probably didn't want to leave because she's already invested so much money into her place. And then top it all off, like a week prior to the incident happening, Shirley was walking around the house with a knife, just basically taunting the other roommates in the home. Now, allegedly, Tiana may have not been at home during that time because Tiana was so beautiful. She was a makeup artist. She did hair. She was a student. She was so talented. Shirley would even get as bold as to steal their belongings and even their food. So again, they allegedly reached out to the landlord to see what else would it take for him to remove Shirley from the home. On Sunday, July 14th, 2024, Tiana was home alone, so she decided to clean the house while everyone was away. So at this point, Tiana was sick and tired of the house looking the way it was looking, so she decided to do a deep clean on her own, in which she group texted everyone who lived in the home that she was going to do so. Tiana even made a 17-minute call to one of her friends in the house to discuss the issue.
At 9:28 a.m., Tiana sent a message to the group chat with all the roommates, telling them that she was cleaning because the house was messy. She spoke to a friend for about 17 minutes after that message about how nasty the house was and how she couldn't wait for the roommate to clean it because bugs were everywhere. At 9:51 a.m., you could see her cleaning on the Ring camera footage.
So as seen on the Ring cam, Tiana had started cleaning up. She had her music going and everything. She had got into the spirit of just tidying up their home. Little did Tiana know that this would be one of the most tragic days ever. Shortly after you see Tiana taking out the trash, Shirley arrives and walks in the home.
30 minutes after that, she was stabbed to death. At 10:38 a.m., you can see the roommate place an object on the porch and walk away.
Hello?
And then a few moments later, you see Shirley leave outside of the home and place an object on the porch and then casually walk away. What was that all about? Allegedly, Shirley went to the neighbor's house across the street and told them that she got into an altercation with Tiana and she stabbed her out of self-defense. Shirley then proceeds to ask the neighbor to use their phone to call 911, but get this, allegedly Shirley had a cell phone in her possession, so why didn't she contact the police if that was true, that it was self-defense? I mean, that's just my opinion.
Sit down on the floor.
No, ambulance is
So the police arrived on the scene and allegedly arrested Shirley, but since the other roommates were out of town on a summer vacation and there was no one to dispute the fact that Shirley did in fact unalive Tiana from self-defense, and it was just her word against Tiana, which Tiana was no longer with us, they allegedly arrested Shirley but released her on the scene because she said it was self-defense, and so they took her word for it. How about those apples? Allegedly, Tiana's mom stated that she will continue to fight for justice for her daughter. That is all for today's true crime video. My heart goes out to Tiana's family, and I hope they find the justice that they deserve for her. I hope you guys stay tuned for the next true crime video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.